my wife and I first started our homesteading journey, we had no idea all the different projects that we would get involved in throughout this process. This morning, we're prepping an area, getting it cleaned up. Have this pile right here that she's gonna be moving. This pile right here was dumped off. Told it had some nice topsoil in it. We had no idea it had that much debris in it. So right now she's taking a sifting bucket here on the skid steer, and with the slots in it, allows the soil to drop down while keeping some of the big pieces of logs and rock in the bucket. So we're going to separate that, trash the trash, and try to keep some of the topsoil. So after taking a couple loads to the dumpster with some of the bigger chunks of bricks and rock and logs, noticing that maybe we don't need to do that. We got some of the bigger pieces out now, so I think we'll just change our bucket, and we'll just go ahead and scoop all of this and put it in our raised bed, because it's like some good stuff. So I do want to use this after all. And then some of this stuff right here could just break down. Never would have guessed about 10 years ago, before I started this homesteading stuff, that I would even be talking about dirt, compost, soil, looking good, and where it's from. Buckets on, or any type of implement that attaches it, you want to make sure that it's locked down securely. Lacie was testing it there to make sure that it was secure after I put the latches down, because if not, it could come off on you, and we don't want that. I've seen it happen before, but prefer not to have it happen. Right now she's taking that soil, put it right here in this raised bed that we have started here. We did the first part of it. We have tulips, daffodil, and back here we're going to be doing some herbs. So she definitely has it up there now, so definitely glad it's secure. Boom! And wouldn't want that. So I noticed just a couple of rocks and bricks in there. Wanted to get out. That bucket's pretty big, so I think she just has like 1 or 2 more scoops left. Just gonna get a bow rake and kind of start raking that to the side off the block there, and keep from falling onto our daffodils there that are starting to bloom nicely now.
Just another day on the tractor playing tractor girl. You're getting it done over here, aren't you?
Trying to, you're working me.
Me?
Sweat. I actually got to take this shirt off. I'm getting too hot. You're working me. Whew. It's warming up out here. Supposed to get to 75 again today.
75 is nice, but I don't want it to get too hot too soon.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope we have a nice spring. Good 70s for the most part. It'd be nice. And I gotta hurry up and get our herbs in here.
Let it be 70s all the way through July. That would be fantastic.
I love that. Take that all year pretty much. We'll be like our friend Brandon in Ecuador.
That's right. If you haven't checked out the Ecuador homestead, he's got a YouTube channel about his garden growing in Ecuador. It's really cool. And I'll be sure to leave that in the show notes below so you can check him out.
So now that we have most of the soil in here that we probably will need, we may need to add a little bit more, especially here on the back side. I'm going to wrap the block around so that way it really contains the raised beds some more. Then we should be ready to go and start planting things in here. Pretty excited about that. Seeing this project that I envisioned back in the fall, late summer last year coming together, being a little nice showcase right here on the other side of the greenhouse should be pretty neat.
Yeah, I think it will be good.
So what I'm thinking next is, I know you have some office work you need to do with some video stuff and probably some emails too. Before that, if you could help me with adding some more air to our lawn tractor tire. It did have a hole in it, but we sealed it up. But we need to add some more air into it. And I'm gonna fill up the fuel and excavator. Because what we're doing right over here is I'm gonna spread out some mulch that we have here with the excavator now that that soil, that dirt is out of the way. Lacie moved it with the skid steer and spread that mulch out. And that'll be an area where we put our logs to work on them, cutting them up. So that way we can have the firewood, be ahead with firewood and be able to have a system for controlling it and managing it. So that's just one of the number of things that you have to do on homestead life. Alrighty, Selah, come here please. Alright Selah, let's go ahead and start up the lawn tractor. And we're gonna put some air in it and we're gonna continue your lessons that we started last year, something like that, with the lawn tractor, letting you learn to drive it all by yourself. Hopefully that's the goal. That way you can do all this homesteading stuff without me. Sounds good?
Uh-huh.
All right. So Selah, you pretty excited about continuing the lawn tractor lessons?
Yeah, I'm very excited.
What makes you so excited about it?
I'm excited and I'm nervous at the same time.
You are?
Uh-huh.
Why are you excited and why are you nervous?
I'm excited because it makes me feel like I'm older and I know how to drive something.
Yeah, that's good. And why are you nervous? Afraid you're gonna wreck? You're gonna tear up my lawn tractor?
Yeah.
Well, we've gone through a number of lessons now, so as long as you keep listening to me and be careful, don't try any crazy stuff, should be fine.
You got it?
Yep. So I got some exercise in. Looks like you're getting some bicep, back, forearm going right there.
That's right. It's always about the exercise, right?
Always.
Switch off here.
Can't be the fit farmer if I don't do anything. Alrighty, so we're good to go. So Lacie, you can go ahead and head inside. Thank you for your help this morning.
You're welcome.
So Selah, we are going to continue our lessons here in a little bit. First I'm going to use the excavator to move some of that mulch around, and then we're going to get to work using the lawn tractor, cutting up logs, moving them around, doing all that fun homesteading stuff. What do you think about that?
Yeah.
Alright, so just have a little bit more leveling, smoothing out to do. We'll do that by hand, but with the rake. And one of the reasons why I use the excavator versus the skid steer is because the mulch and wood chips, they hold moisture really well, which makes them good for gardening and putting around your trees to help the moisture stay in the soil. However, if you're using a vehicle with tires, it can get stuck Because we've had that happen before, haven't we? A skid steer has been stuck over here, and a little different, but we've actually had somebody get their car stuck as well. But so we're gonna try to avoid that. I think we're also gonna comb and mark this area off with signs so people don't park here, and this will be where we prep our wood to cut it and then cut them into logs to split for our fire. So I'm always thinking ahead. With homesteading, I've learned you gotta be thinking ahead. You gotta be prudent and foresee some of the things that you're gonna need to be prepared for. So that's a big lesson. All right, so we'll bring in our big logs, stack them right in here, and then can work with them. And then we'll stack our wood over here. Thinking of having a more permanent area to store wood, so we'll just have to work on that at some point. All right, so what I'm thinking I should do next is take the excavator up to the area that I've been culling out to prep for our orchard and pull out some of the stumps that we still need to get rid of. So that way Lacie can come with the excavator after she's finished with the office work and move some of the big logs for us over to this area. So Selah, somewhere around that time we'll work on doing the lawn tractor ride, but if you can knock out your chores before then, that'd be great. Speaking of your chores, how are the starts going? The squash and cucumbers, how are they going?
They're doing really good.
They are? Actually, may I see them?
Sure.
Let's go check them out. Alrighty, so how things doing in here?
They're doing really good.
Alright, so right here we have some squash that we started to transplant, cucumbers, tomatoes, some lettuces as well. But one of the things that I have noticed is in the smaller cells, the 128 and the 200 cell trays, is you really need to have a really loose potting soil. Like the ones that I've received from Dirtcraft Organics is so much better. It's so looser, and for those smaller cells it works really well. Those look great, Selah.
Thank you.
So after I use the excavator, we have some branches and some smaller logs that I had cut down in the area that we need to transplant these in pretty soon. So Selah, I'll use the excavator, then I'll cut those up, and then you can use a lawn tractor and transport them over here. Sound like a plan to you?
Yep.
All right, plan to me too.
So I am here waiting for Daddy to finish up digging up the stumps, and he's almost done. And I have him his lunch right here.
Alrighty. Man, that took a lot longer than I thought it was going to. There was 2 trees, the root system was connected together. And actually where one of the trees were, it was 2 trees that were like growing together. The root system was just ridiculous. Anyways, so now should be able to take skid steer or lull, I'm not sure which one Lacey's going to use, and should be able to just go right in and start picking up these logs here and being able to place them right in our storage area that we just made. Alrighty, just had an amazing lunch that Selah put together for me. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I was a little surprised. She even had a blanket laid out for me, so very thankful for that. And then after lunch, we went on a little ride on the lawn tractor here with you in the back gorilla cart, and I just kind of gave you the rundown for where you're going to be dumping the wood off at as we load it in. So the next project is to cut this up. So as I mentioned earlier with the squash in the grow room, we need an area ready for it. So this area is where it's planned to go, but it's not ready yet. So we're gonna have to cut this up, and then Selah's gonna be taking the lawn tractor and dumping the loads over there in the area that we just prepped earlier. So it's giving her a chance to learn and develop her homesteading skills, as well as building confidence as she grows, and we help her to learn to become an adult. It's gonna happen one day, but you can do it. So we're gonna get to work here knocking this out. Alrighty, I've forgotten some of this wood I'd cut it up before when we felled the trees. So just had to cut a little bit. Got to cut a little bit more still, but we're gonna go ahead and take a load and let Selah take the load for us. And you've been waiting very patiently, so appreciate that. But see if we can go ahead and start this thing up and see if you can move it. All right, put your foot on the brake.
On the brake,
yep.
And
then push your parking brake down. Push foot on the brake. Now push that down. There you go. All right, next let's see if you can go ahead and start that thing up. Turn that key.
Turning.
Foot on the brake. Alright, hold on. Actually, foot on the brake. Push hard. Now, put it in forward. Alright, now press that gas lightly. Let's go. Hey, turn the orange knob down. Yep. Don't want to go too fast. Put it on turtle mode. No rabbit speed yet. Alright, keep it coming. Keep it coming. Come on. Whoa. Forgot that was there. Fell down. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. You're doing great. You're doing fantastic. Stop right there. That's that stop signal right there. See that? Stop. Alright, put your brake on. Put your brake up. Parking brake. Put it in neutral. Yep. Now put your parking brake on. You gotta keep your foot on the pedal. Yep. Push that. Yep. There you go. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and unload this. Alright, let's unload here. Alright. Thank you for putting this tarp down, Selah.
You're welcome.
Alright. So we're just gonna circle back around and get another load, alright?
Okay.
Alright. There you go. Look at it. Man, that's pretty good. Pretty good. Alright, put your brake on, we'll load up and get another load. Let's see if you can take this load by yourself. I'll be over there in a little bit. Trust you. I believe in you. You can do it. I'm gonna let her drive on her own and trust her, but I'm gonna be there to help her. You thought I was just gonna let her do it all by herself? Nah, do that. Wouldn't be a gentleman thing to do either. I love the Gorilla carts. However, one thing that I don't like about them is when you're using a lawn tractor and you're trying to go in reverse with them, it doesn't work well at all. It doesn't work like your normal trailer. So it has multiple hinges for turning, and it just is just crazy. So we're not even going to go into that right now. Alright, so very good job. Muy bien, Selah. So all we have left is all these smaller branches here. We're going to use our shears to cut them up, our pruners, and then we just chainsaw a little bit. But I'm pulling the Gorilla cart a little bit differently, and then I'll let you back into it, learn how to reverse. Like I mentioned earlier, it's challenging going in reverse with this Gorilla cart here, just because the way it turns, and then if it's turning on the hinge part of your tractor is really, really difficult. So I'm just going to pull it in by hand and then load it up, and then we'll have Selah back into it. There you go, put the gas. Put the gas. Turn sharp. There you go. Bang, that's good there. I'll fix it, that's good. Alright, go ahead and put the brake on, cut it off. Look at there. Look how close you got. Look at that. Right there, just like that. Just right there. Let's put the pin on.
I was a little bit more nervous.
You did better than I thought you were gonna do.
Really?
On the reverse, you did it the first time. I am so looking forward to wrapping up some of this woodworking project, or this whole big woodwork project that I've been working on, and get back to just growing more food. So this bed right here, just got to move those stumps right there. Do that another time with the excavator, and then we can start prepping these beds and getting them ready for plants to go into, so we can start growing more food. And when I started homesteading, I didn't start homesteading with the prepper mentality that that tough times were going to come and that we were going to grow our food so we would be fine. No, I did that because I started being a homesteader because I wanted to get back to a way of life that I felt like we are meant to live, and a life more connected to the land, connected to each other, and being able to do these types of things together. And a part of homesteading is prepping for both the good times and the bad times. So but now with some of these challenges coming up, it's just putting a little bit more on my mind that maybe want to continue to grow more. So that's that. Oh, are you ready to use the lull or skid steer and help me move some of those logs?
Well, I have some news for you.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I don't like that. You know how I like surprises. I don't like surprises, both good ones and bad ones.
Well, you know how warm and nice it was today. It was getting kind of warm inside, so I thought I'll open up the dome to let some of the hot air out of the top. So I rolled open the dome, and as I opened the dome, I hear pop! And I wondered, what is that? And I look up, and the dome cracked.
Drop the mic, or drop the rig. Oh, it's not planning for that. I guess, I don't know what we're gonna do.
Well, it's supposed to rain tonight, so we gotta figure something out pretty quick.
Man, I guess we can tarp something.
Just keep smiling.
That's right. It's part of the homesteading life.
When you wanna cry, just keep smiling.
Yeah, part of homesteading. Now I know what the drone feels like. I feel like the drone up here. Here we go.